let's talk about the limitations of a one-point grid and things you might want to watch out for. So here's the horizon line, and what we have talked about is we want to build a one-point grid, and we're building specs. What is there? This line now aligns somewhat with that curvilinear grid, and that's basically the cheat. That's on this side, so I need to hit that, and I'm going to hit this.
Hits at an angle that's closer to like a 45, whereas this one's getting more tangent, right? Or sorry, parallel to this guideline. So when that happens, right, the sort of margin for error increases. So this is the one that we prefer to use, is the shorter line from corner through midpoint to find the next line. So first find my parallel and run it out, and there's the next one. And you can use this in any direction. So we could also go from here through here down to there. We could also go from here through this midpoint up. So if I want to bring this plane forward, just go from the bottom corner up through the middle, up to the top, and find my parallel again, my vertical. There's the new vertical. So that's a really easy way to work. Now when you have all these guidelines, let's talk about just transferring some points. They're really easy to replicate. So if I see that this diagonal goes from this corner, and I treat the
Now that we have covered how to draw ellipses, we will be working on how to rotate flaps or panels. To do this, we just define an area that we want to rotate in the first place. So I'm gonna open this area here. The whole thing hinges close to invisible as well, so that was the minor axis. But we can now repeat this technique along here. The larger panel would be something towards
Okay, I've got a little two-point perspective grid here underneath. Start to bend. Top at the front's got to go to that line. I almost looked at that one. That's what we draw lightly first. Then, so no difference there. Straight line. But then it starts tucking inside. Right, and then it pops back out. And here I'm going to start looking at the same angle and this angle. If I want it to be continuous. Flattening out even more there. And then as we get out into here, it flattens. Right, and that's how you can start to sculpt and cut more details and cut more shapes into that surface. You can also grow shapes. I'm just going to make this line nice and heavy. That's easier to see. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and just quickly throw a little. Okay, so let's go through some of the steps. Car. So this is the cheat. We tend to draw these with more of this box and these wheels, but that's okay. As I was today with a 50 and a, let's see, 50, a 35 is what I was guessing at, and a 60. Those were my estimates. Let's see how I ended up. So what you do to clean it up, just what I showed before. My 50 is looking pretty good, like a 50 actually. And what I do is tire outside, and then I let it fade to the front because it has a soft radius on it, and then